Tell them run it up.
What is going on? What is going on, everybody in the house? What is going on? Wake up in Cleveland every single morning.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up.
I'll find out. There we go. What's going on, everybody? It's a little bit of a chaos here because I have all this other stuff that's just chilling, and that's kind of a problem. The Danny Max booth is fantastic, but it's not designed for a table. It's absolutely not designed for just a regular table. So today, sorry we started a little late today. I had a meeting at 10 a.m. For some AV stuff. So that's why we're having it right now. I figured, what's better? Is it better to cancel it or to just push it till later? So that's where we ended up. I thought I made the right choice. Yesterday I ran this thing over and it looked really ghetto in the video, but I don't really have a lot of options here because I'm being lazy. All my extension cords are in a bag in my. Please stop calling people. I cannot get a moment to myself today. Calls after call. And I guarantee you that was probably the client that doesn't check her emails because she's not responding to anything I'm saying. So that's probably her. Unfortunately, which means, sorry, I'm reading emails real quick, which means I might have to take a quick pause to handle that. That's the life of being a multi-op business owner. It doesn't stop. What happened to my chat? My chat keeps disappearing on me. It shows up and then it disappears. And I don't know why the comments, see, there's a comment right there. It's there. And then it goes away. So bizarre. Need to send you new gloss. Okay. All right. The only problem is, and this has nothing to do with you. I know your stuff is top notch. But I'm not a big fan of the stickers on top of the displays. Everything, just from my experience, yours may be different. But my experience has just been like, it always makes things just super slick. And I feel like I don't have the same grip. Now, again, obviously you're making them, so I'm sure. Why does the featured chat keeps disappearing? I see like the DJ plug. I just saw you pop up and then you disappeared on me. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, but yes, I would love to take a look at them. You know what I do need? I'm going to need a white one for a certain product that's being shipped to my home relatively soon. You may know about it. You may have done something with it in the past, but I need another white one for that board. So I think you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so if you could handle that, that'd be fantastic. Besides that, today we're going to discuss a little bit of everything. Started a podcast when you get a chance. Check it out. Oh, I will definitely check it out. Absolutely. DJ Plug. DJ Ray from Philly in the building. Yeah, I don't know why they're disappearing on me. Let me check the settings and see if something's not right here because they are going away. Messages. Messages, mechanics. Oh, there it is. Hide messages after 20 seconds. Why would I want that? Why would I want that? Just silly things. Silly things. Okay, now hopefully they start populating again and they don't go away because they kept disappearing on me. Weird that I haven't changed that and it did that. Anyway, I will definitely check it out because if you can make me a believer, I will be forever indebted to you. Because I am not a believer. Please don't say my wife is telling me to pick her up. Okay. All right. So, full disclosure, they're still disappearing. Full disclosure. Just 2 days ago, my dog had surgery. He had to get a mass removed from his body, upper shoulder / chest area. And so that was done yesterday morning. What is today? Thursday? Yeah, yesterday morning. Needless to say, it hasn't been the best. He does not like cones. He does not like being locked away. He is not a happy camper right now. So yeah, they keep disappearing and hide messages after 20. No. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I know there's an update. So you know what? Let's just download the new version just in case. Just in case. So yeah, he's been a little difficult. It is fine. I mean, I expect him to be. If somebody cut an entire mass out of my body, I'd probably be a little grumpy too. But it's been a little bit of a thing. So we're trying to figure out when we can get this cone removed because it's the cone. He hates the cone. Absolutely hates the cone. Okay. Social stream installer zip. There we go. All right, let's download this guy and then, but we're going to continue talking. We're going to go through the Rev 7 update. We'll take a look at Rekordbox. We will also, if I can find my charger, we will update the Newmark Mixstream Pro and go from there. And yeah, it should be a good time. All right, how do I save this? Download. Okay, fine. There we go. Where's it going? All right. So, yes, replace. All right, so this guy's saving. Now, let's talk. I know people were complaining last week, how dare they, that I was spending too much time not talking about tech. It's Cleveland Terry Show. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes we're going to talk about other things, you know? I have a troll that keeps popping up on my streams that just talks mad trash and then like disappears, then comes back, talks mad trash. I don't know who the guy is. I don't really care, but he feels the need to hang with. Why is it that the people, and he starts off his, he starts off his comment by saying, you know, something along the lines of like, I don't really like you, but, and then goes through this whole 3-paragraph thing about why I am incorrect in what I'm saying. Just so we're all clear, if you start a comment with like, you know, you're not my favorite or I don't like you, your comment's not getting read. That's just the way it works. I'm just moving on. So anyway, he spends a lot of time talking a lot of anger towards me. Don't know why. I haven't done anything to him. You know, I have ego and I don't know. It is what it is. I don't care. But people were making jokes about how we talked just about me. I forgot I'm a human being. Anyway, so today we're going to talk just tech. Trust me when I tell you, that does not go well if we just talk about tech and there's no actual information. But we will go through this. If you haven't seen the video for the Rev 7 firmware update, which allows record box and allows for new stem EQ, and then the 3345 holdover, which makes it a lot better. All right, let's see if this thing is downloaded, because I cannot see any comments and it's driving me nuts. Let me try to open up the other comment section. There we go. Okay. Did you use Engine OS 3 Bluetooth? No, I did not use the Bluetooth. In all honesty, because it's not really done all that well. I mean, it's fine. You know, it works. Yes, you can sync up and send your audio over, and I do believe it allows you to change the tracks. So if you're using like an Apple Music or something like that, you can. But that's all it does. And for a lot of people, that's going to be enough. But it obviously is a knee-jerk reaction to the Omnis Duo. This is clear, you know. But I have Bluetooth stuff right now that I've never Bluetoothed anything into. I mean, if I can't really DJ with it, like that was the only thing about the Omnis Duo that made it special. Disregard the price point, the fact that it would cache your audio and then you could DJ and add cue points and do all the stuff you normally do. Like that's the thing that people are they're just not seeing. You go, okay, Bluetooth, fine, here's your Bluetooth. No, that's not what made Bluetooth special. So, although I do believe that every single device should have a Bluetooth input in it. Every single one. The S11, I mean, I know it's on the S7, which was always strange to me that it was on the S7, but not the S11, because I think they should all have Bluetooth. Every single device, Bluetooth. But it is what it is. All right, let's see here. Yeah, the comments. Okay, have you downloaded? Come on, people now. I don't even know where I downloaded. Okay, there we go. Social stream 1.19. All right, as soon as this pops up, Windows, just install what I asked you to install. Run anyway. I'm a badass. We're going to run anyway. All right. Let's close this one out. All right. It's installing. So while that's installing, if you have any questions related, Control V. If you have any questions that you'd like to talk about, now would be the time to put them in the comments, and that'll give me a second to get my comment section working properly. If you have any. If not, then you don't. Don't act like I'm forcing you to. Like, it's okay. All right. Activate. Okay, there's my comments, and all right, messages. Okay, nothing's hidden. All right. 1 second for my featured doc. I wish you didn't have to do this. There we go. I wish you would just know an auto update, but it's okay. All right, there we go. There's my comments. They were there and then they disappeared. Okay. All right, we're going to use the old one for the time being. Okay. This is not my day. I swear to God. Hold on. Play. Okay. Uh Dirello says, "Do you use a PC or Mac to DJ?" Well, I have both, but I'm a Mac guy. So I use a MacBook Pro 14, and it's the best computer I've ever owned, and I've gone through like 7 Macs. I'm a Mac guy. DJ, did you hear about TikTok being banned? I'm so happy because one, the comment section likes to move over. I'm so happy because one, age limit. If I had it, I don't want to copy other DJs. I want to be different. And I'm young and I've been DJing for 11 years. Well, how young are you? Because 11 years is a long time to be DJing. But I don't have a for or against to TikTok DJing. It doesn't bother me. It's fine. I mean, it's just another social it's just another social app that some people love, some people don't, and I'm okay with either way. I'm on there, but I'm barely on there. And look, TikTok is. I know people are like, look, businesses, they make all their money there. There are other ways to make money if it does get banned. But either way, I don't really care. You know, like I said, whatever works for you, use it. I'm on there. I don't really get the traction that I've come to be used to. So it's not that I give up, but I'm just like, I don't understand your algorithm. Like, at least with like Instagram, I mean, even Facebook, YouTube, like I know that what I put in typically is what I get back. And the more you do, you get back. But for whatever reason on TikTok, no matter what you do, either you're in the algorithm's good graces or you're not. And I don't like systems like that. I want it to be a fair across the board thing. And you're not getting that with TikTok. Some people are winning on there. More power to you. But I'm not. And it's just, so I do a lot. So I start with Instagram and then slide everything over. Berry blends. I don't know what that means, but that has nothing to do with Tech Thursday. I know that much. Okay. DJ Tequila asks, sure, QLXD versus ULX. Is the extra 500 for the ULXD worth the extra? The ULXD is a better transmitter receiver combo. Bottom line, the QLX is fine, but the ULX is on a completely different level. The distance, you know, the it's really all about the distance, because you can kind of pick and choose the microphones, you know, specifically. You can pick and choose which mic you want to use for each box. But I don't know. It feels like, and I'm going to say something that is probably going to go against what even what Shure says, you know, as I'm rocking a, you know, anyway, I know that they say, because I have a video on it and they actually talk about it. And in the video, they say that every single microphone system is the same. They're all the same. And it's just a matter of the channels. And the channels mean basically the kind of the slots in the frequencies that you can get into that is going to be kind of clear and open. So you have less conflict, you know. But in all honesty, I have never really experienced that. It feels like it's not just about like how many, and they say the distance is the same. The distance is the same on every microphone. That's a lie. That is a bold face lie. Okay. I don't care what you say. If you read any of their, the wording, if you look at the language in any of their books, they will say, because maybe on the advertisement, it's like, 100 feet range, or whatever. And then you open the book and it says 100 feet, up to 100 feet, depending on if there's things in the way, if there's a lot of bodies, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now, if you look at the more expensive ones, that language actually changes. Okay. So in the maybe the PGs or the BLXs, it'll say up to, but then once you get to like the ULX, it won't say up to, it'll just say 100 feet. So that is like their minimum. You have to look at the language, but I have found that the ULX is the only one that I have been across the board and have never had any like signal conflicts. I've had conflicts with the QLX. The funny thing is, the one that I haven't had as many conflicts with, the PG system. The PG system is a workhorse. And if anybody talks down to PG, you let me know. I will smack them with a PG mic, because that thing is consistent, never gives out. It's just a workhorse. The PGX system, I honestly, for the money, it's probably their best mic system. Every single PGX system I've ever used has never failed me. But I've had SLXs fail me. I've had QLXs fail me. Just saying. All right, I know I missed some things here. Let me go back up. Oh, it looks like everything's staying now. So that's good. Slide this over. Okay. DFB wireless sub is out. Dope. SKA is completely wireless now. Review time. Hey, they got to send me stuff, man. I don't control. I mean, I can only control my reviews for so much because they have to send me stuff in order for me to, actually use it. Okay. Ronald Grimes says, why does analyzing features on Rekordbox 6 so super slow? I canceled my subscription because of this. Hopefully they get it fixed. Can you elaborate? It's slow. That's my elaboration. It's just slow. Now, I believe, based upon what I've already witnessed, that slowness issue is going to go away sooner than later. But at the moment, yeah, the analyzing is slow. There's just nothing you can do about it. I don't know why. I hate the fact that it does that whole analyzing sims in the beginning. Like, it's like, I'm waiting. Like, this is just dumb, but it is what it is. I can't really speak for or against it. All right. Let's see here. Inflatable collar instead of the cone. At least our dog seems to prefer that over the cone. Okay. I mean, in reality, Mario, what I need is like a waist cone, because he can't actually get to where the incision is, because it's like right here, and it's like trying to use your own mouth to, eat the back of the back, which you can't do. So if I can get something that'll stop his foot when he tries to scratch from scratching that part, problem solved. But we're not there yet. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to call them right after I get off with you guys. All right. DJ says, for a high school dance, I charge a down payment of $400, and at the end of the night, I get $200, but the full service is $600. And for add-ons, I charge $125. To be honest, tell me what you think. I think your number is your number, and everybody's number is going to be different. I don't have the worst luck with mics. That's not true at all. I have. What if I complain about microphones? Think about it. I just know that, okay. I think the issue here is that we have people, and I'm going to get back to your question, DJ. Um, the I'm doing parties for 300 and 400 people, and my MCs are in the middle of the crowd. And I think that's the difference between a lot of people that use microphones, because a lot of times they're right by the DJ booth or they're right in front of the DJ booth. But I don't have that luxury. I'm in the crowd. So my microphones have to be dependable within the crowd. I like Shure microphones. I've tried them all. I'm going to leave it at that. There's nothing wrong with Sennheiser or AKG. I just prefer Shure. I've used Sennheisers. I've used AKGs. None of them have ever impressed me. None of them. So I stick with the brand that has been consistently good for me. Okay. So your price is your price. But there's a lot of variables in here that I have no idea about. Like, I don't know how long you did the event for. I don't know what your add-ons are to be charging $125 for. I have no idea. So I don't know if that price is fair or not. But your price is your price. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people always ask me, is this a price? Is this a good price? And I'm like, for me, no. For you, yes, no, maybe. Because I have built up my ability to charge more over time, over consistency. Now, school dancers are always going to be cheaper. Okay. They're always going to be cheaper. You know, I've sent out crews for that price before, you know, so it just depends on their budget. I never feed schools a fixed price, because every school has a different amount that they're willing to spend on entertainment. So if you have a fixed number and they're like, hey, we want you to do our school dance, blah, blah, and you're like, cool, it's $600 for 4 hours. And they're like, oh, geez, we were prepared to pay $1,500. Now you just lost money. You get what I'm saying? So always ask them what their entertainment budget is for the dance. They'll tell you. Or they'll be like, well, I don't know. That's why I'm calling you. Well, if you don't know, then how can I help you? You know, because I tell people the same thing every time. I say, look, my prices are higher than your school budget, no matter what. So you need to tell me your budget. I will work around your budget. That's key. Mixmaster G in the building. What's going on, fam? Like tons of times. That's why we probably do 30 schools, maybe mid high 20s. I'm probably over exaggerating a little bit, but we do them every year. And I have some schools that will pay me, and let's just assume that it's a 3 to 4 hour event. Okay. I have some schools that will pay me $2,000. I have some schools that will pay me $1,200. I have some schools that have $800. That's all they can pay. We do them all. But what we provide, the quality of the MCs, the quality of the DJs, that might change. So if you have less, I'm going to send in a newer MC that needs to practice, that needs to work on stuff. He's still good enough, but this is good practice for them. If they're paying $2,000, I'm going to give them a better MC and a better blah, blah, blah. So it's all just, it's numbers, you know, and people need to understand that you get what you pay for. Now, there's variables in this, okay? If I know, because we do a lot of bar and bat mitzvahs. So if I know that the school that I'm doing has a really big Jewish community, I'm going to give them a better deal because I know I'm going to make that money back on the kids. So I'm not really worried about that. But if the school has no ties to anything that I can upsell or do, then yeah, you're going to have to pay. It doesn't matter if you're a solo op or not, DJ. It makes no difference. The number is still the number. And your number is a floating scale. You know, I know that a lot of people get concerned that they're going to price themselves out, which is why you shouldn't have a price. Shouldn't have a price. Let them tell you. You know, just recently, I had a potential client email me. It's like, hey, we're doing a 3-day work session and it's a convention and we just need some microphones and some sound, some screens, blah, blah, blah. Can you give me a quote? And I said, what is your entertainment budget? And she says, oh, well, last year we paid this amount. Now that I know that, I know what I can work with, or if in my mind I was coming in lower, now I know I can come in higher. Don't shortchange yourself. Never shortchange yourself. Flat out. Okay. I always ask corp and schools their budget. Exactly. All right. And DJ in the building. Ray Hammer Time in the building. Ratbone in the building. Wayne, DJ Island Boy. Do you have any equipment for sale or giveaway? We use all of our equipment. What are you looking for? I got these websites that I can send you to. They have all the equipment. No, but honestly, what are you looking for? Okay. Let's see. 8 times disco lighting. First of all, DJ Chris, let me help you. Don't call it disco lighting. This isn't 1970. It's 2024. Find a better term. Disco lighting makes you sound dated. Take that out. Every time I see disco lighting on a brochure or somebody else's, I gag a little inside. That's just, do what you want. Just a perspective. Aaron says, I still like Phoenix mics. 2 years now, still good. Yes, I still have some Sens and some Sures, but the PTU-71. The PTU-71 is a great microphone. It's a great mic. I still have it. As a matter of fact, I still use it. I've been using the PG, but I had to use the 71 last Saturday, and I was like, that's right, I forget. This is a good microphone. The only problem with it is that it's super sensitive to gain. That's it. Once you find that sweet spot, it's a great microphone. But if you're like an amateur, you can sound like trash on that microphone because of that sweet spot. Okay. Keith, I'm not getting paddles, man. I'm not getting paddle antennas. I'm not doing it, Keith. I don't want to. I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb that we need to put paddles on here. I think it's dumb that for years, there was never a necessity for paddles. All of a sudden, everything goes digital, and now you have to have paddles. Make a better microphone. Make it like you used to. I'm just saying. That's me just being defiant. Absolutely defiant. I hate the fact that I need these things sticking up. So annoying. How do we feel about Rockville Best Par 50 watt lights? They're fine. Look, Rockville, there's tons of companies out there. They're all just Chinese knockoffs, just rebadged. And that's fine. I got some Chinese uplights. They're fine. I have some Chevets. I got some Hex Par 4s. I got some Hex Par Chinese knockoffs. They all do the job. The one thing I don't like about them, the only thing is I hate the way they communicate. Like if you want to run like a master slave, I hate the fact that you have to like put it on green. Okay, now this is on green. Now go to the other ones. Now go to the green. It's like I hate that. Just give me a number or something that makes it easy. But they work. I don't truly believe they have the distance of the Chevets. But they work. I like to use the Chinese lights for static rooms. I just think I don't know, something about the Chevets. Their distance is just pretty impressive. Let's see here. I'm going back up. You still have the Pioneer Express speakers? If so, how have they held up? And do you guys use them often? We use them every week, Jonathan. We have 7 systems. That system is system 4. So, and it's going to be pushed to 5, and not because there's anything wrong with speakers, but just because we just got another QSC system. So now we have a full QSC system, 3 JBL SRX systems, a Mackie system, the Express system, and then 2 more Bose L132 with the dual subs. Not to mention my QSC system that I keep in my house and my LD system. So that one's 4. It's a good system for up to like 150 people, I would say. You know, any more than that, and I would probably send the JBL or the QSC system. But it's a good system. It's a good system. I don't have an issue with it. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let me pop back down. Okay, Rightbone says 1.5 wave antennas should be enough. Yeah, should be. Or, I don't know, you could just do your job. You know, just do your job. Sure, just do your job. Stop lying to people. I have old school American DJ Disco. I don't care. Call it something else. Party lights, moving lights, dance floor lighting. I mean, you're only using it for the dance floor anyway. Call it dance floor lighting. Although we had to change it to dance area lighting because people don't know how to read. And they started saying, oh, we don't need the floor. We already have a floor. Like, you would think I was kidding, but I'm not. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Mojack shared some info on the alpha data Euphonium rotary mixer. Any thoughts on it? I'll give you my thoughts when I get one in house. I don't have one yet. Apparently there was some sort of mix up. It's supposed to be coming, but it's not here now. It will be. And then after that, you know, here's the thing. And I actually said this to Alpha Theta. The issue, I have not used rotary microphones, rotary mixers, like in my entire life. I probably used one for like 10 minutes at a time. I messed with the headliner one at NAMM for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So I feel like I'm not the guy to give a good review on it regardless, because I haven't. I would need to have at least 3 or 4 rotary mixers first before I was able to really review that one. Because I feel like, I don't know, I would just be blowing smoke. I mean, I could talk about, ooh, the knob is so smooth. Ooh, I could talk about sound. And apparently what's good about that one is, and I guess, I don't know if this is on all rotaries, but it's like the only mixer that it likes it when you actually push it into the red. So it gets more saturated, more distortion, aka saturation, and it makes it sound warmer. So that's dope. That is super dope. But I have absolutely no opinion on it yet. I like the retro design. I will say that. I think too many people, it's hard to do anything in the world without people shitting on it. It's really hard. But, you know, I like it. I like it. All right. We're going to have to get this thing off soon. So we'll go through this thing soon so I can get it off my desk because it's getting on my nerves. Okay. Turbo Sound IQ system. That's what I run. Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, that's fair enough, DJ. Honestly, that's fair enough. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. Mojack's in the building. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. I haven't watched your review video yet, but I will. But very nice to see you. 18-inch speakers and 15s. I have a combination of all of them. For the Express system, I have 12s and the 18s. And I've said it before. If you're looking to try to figure out what the Express system sounds like, the subs sound like the Eon 518 subs. They're not poppy, they're warm and full, but they don't kick. Okay. Their highs remind me more of my QSC highs, in all honesty. But they sound good. And I've said it already. The 12s are good. And I needed the 12s because I needed to make sure I had that range for sound just to be able to hit that, that 150 number. But in all honesty, I think the 10s sounded better. The Express 10s are amazing. They sound really, really good. 12s are good too, but the 10s, I don't know. There's like a sweet spot. Maybe it's they're probably using close to the same amps, and the amps are just better in the 10. It just sounds better. Facts. Absolute facts. All right. And also moving heads. Okay. Let's see. Steak Farm. How's it going, pal? Do you think the Opus Quad should have been branded Alpha Theta instead of Pioneer? So, I don't have, okay. Nobody has told me absolutely yes, but nobody's told me no. And I'm of the mindset that the Opus Quad was 100% going to be an Alpha Theta release. 100%. That's my feeling on it. I've always had that feeling. And once you look at like the Omnis Duo, Alpha Theta, you look at the new stuff, it is their high-end experimental brand is what I'm getting. The Omnis Duo, it's so expensive, $1,400. Well, it's their experimental brand. Oh, the Opus Quad is $30. It's so expensive. It's their experimental brand. Same thing with this one. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. A lot of people want to complain, but there's a reason that Toyota makes Lexus and it works, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. I like it though. I like it. Again, though, it's one of those things where I feel like Alpha Theta could have almost like a showroom, like a gallery of just all their kind of cool designs. Stuff that you never use. You never use it. It just sits on a table. Like my Opus Quad is just sitting over there, and Omnis Duo is hanging on a wall, and then you got, the Euphonia. It just feels like that. It just feels like that. All right. I use my Rev 7 with Virtual DJ. Does it have new changes with the new firmware? I don't believe so. The changes are in the firmware, so it's up to Virtual DJ to make those changes happen. Now, because Virtual DJ is an override. It's essentially a large MIDI mapping, so they would have to make the changes on their end. Now, of course, I know somebody was asking me, can you compare the record box version with the Serato version? The duck down and all that stuff. The hardware is still the hardware. That doesn't change. So all the effects, all the EQ, all that stuff is within the mixer. So you don't have to worry about that. But we will take you through it. We should probably go through it right now. Hey. I'm on my show. Yeah, it's late. What do you need? No, we're not doing that. Nope. Not today. Shut the door. Okay. Now I can hear my daughter going to my wife. He said no. 12-year-olds, man. All right. A Rain MP205 is going to be 4K to 5K used, 3.8 for new rotary. Sounds fair. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Or not agreed. I don't know. I haven't used it yet, but I'm sure it's good. All right. Ray says, I am a club DJ, but every now and then I do school parties, corporate weddings. I usually rent lighting and speakers, but considering investing in my own. Recommendations suitable for 100 to 200. Well, that depends on what you're trying to do. And that depends on who you talk to, because everybody's going to tell you something absolutely different. In all honesty, 100 to 200 is too much of a jump, in my opinion. So, because 200 is a completely different speaker system than 100. 100, you can get some Maui, 28 G3s and be just fine. I wouldn't use that on a 200 person party. Like my QSC system, it's overkill for 100 people. You could still do it. I've done it. Yeah, I bring, one sub and one high or whatever, but it's overkill. Now, but if you wanted one to do both of those, I think you'd have to go with the QSC system. You'd have to go with, like the JBL SRX system. A couple of the RCFs would work fine. It just depends on how big the room is, how big the space is, the setup, the dance floor. There's so many variables. You could even go all the way up to a 44 from Maui and be just fine, but it just depends, worried about buying something inadequate or something overkill for my budget. It's hard. If you had told me that 200 mark throws it into a different field in my book. 100 to 150, there's a lot more options, but anything 200 or higher, and I feel like you got to spend the money. You just got to spend the money. Okay. Patrick says, do you hook up an external hard drive of music to your controller every gig? Absolutely not. That's not me. I don't do external hard drives. I just buy a bigger hard drive in my computer and call it a day. So, I'm not a fan of external hard drives. So I'm not the guy. You should ask Mixmaster. He loves his external hard drives. Okay. I'm legit really happy today. Oh, DJ Farns, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad that you're happy. I'm, it's been a long day already, but I'm fine. But it's been a long day. All right. Keith just says, did you listen to the QSCL class at NAM? I did. It sounds fine. It's a line array. It sounds fine. I don't know that I would personally ever own a line array system, because that's not small, like, our standard column arrays, whatever you want to call them. Damn it. I hate getting into this thing, but those stackable things, we'll call it that. The problem is you have to use subs. So if you get into a situation where the room is, for whatever reason, you didn't realize that the room was super small, or, you get there and they've taken up all the space and are like, well, you have to make it work. And you're like, fine. And you're trying to shrink things down, like all that stuff. None of that's going to work then. I need to be able to, as a mobile DJ, just specifically a mobile DJ. Okay. I need to be able to make adjustments on the fly whenever possible. Because I've walked into places. I literally walked into a bar mitzvah 3 weeks ago. I walked into the room, and the party planner, the designer, had come in and said all this crap everywhere. And I looked at her and I said, looks nice. Where should I put my speakers? And she looked at me like I was crazy. So I have to be able to adjust. It's just the way it works. DJ, I don't know, dude. You're saying a lot. So some questions I'm potentially gonna miss. I have no idea. I think I answered your questions. I think I did. Posted your video on the Rev 7 group. Good shit. Thank you, Ivan. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. It's always nice to be posted on a community platform that's not speaking negative of me. I always appreciate that. Flashback, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that. Okay, let's see here. Philip Tan in the building. Good to see you, man. Okay, DJ, I don't know what's going on, but you're double posting a lot. So you might want to check your data, check if your phone or your computer is going a little haywire, because I see, I'm sorry, but did you read my question 7 times? So something's going on there. I'm going to assume it's by accident. Okay. Do you use stock antennas with your wireless receivers, or do you go longer? So yeah, I have it's the slightly longer antennas. So I mean, I guess this would be like the regular antenna that comes with like the PGXs, and then the ULX is typically like this long, and then the ULX is probably like this long. It's ridiculous, and the QLX is like this. Again, I will say this, okay? And you can take this however you will, but a person that uses a PGX system, we have like 5 of them, and the ULX and the QLX and the old SLX analogs. The PGXs have antennas this big, and I can go up and down a room with these. I'm telling you, something is off. Something is off. Or they're just trying to upsell you on these things. I hate these things. And you can't put them anywhere where they're not literally in the way. Okay. All right, that's enough. What do you think of the Rain 4? Anyway, go. Thanks for hanging out today. All right. The interruptions are a thing. Do you believe Pioneer Alpha Theta will improve stems with record box sometime? I would hope so. I would have hoped that when record box came out for the Rev 7, that they would have made an upgrade on their stems. That's what I was hoping for, but not the case. Not the case. I'm sure it'll come sooner or later, but it's a priority thing. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right. You can decide whether he wants to read it or not. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. All right, so Professor BX in the house. What's going on, fam? You can answer that question. You can answer that question about record box stems. I don't have an answer. We don't have your issues in New York. Of course you do. They're just not in this. I don't have my issues in California. Okay? All I'm saying is that if I have issues, I get a lot of issues in the Bay Area. Even using the rental company's microphones, they're just not as strong. They're not as strong. But I don't have any issues. I've fixed my problem. I don't have any issues. But when I do have issues, that's more what I'm saying. When I do have issues. Okay. All right. External HDs are fine for DJing. Says you. Don't make that an absolute. There's not a problem with external hard drives. I just don't find a need for them. 2024. Storage is cheap now. Cheaper. Still not cheap in Macs, but cheaper. But no, not for me. Not for me. Do you still use the Flex 4? Flex 4 is right on the ground. Rico, I brought it up last week. Here's the thing. I have a lot of gear to use. So the Flex 4 is one of many pieces of gear. And they all serve a purpose. They all serve a purpose, in all honesty. But lately for my practice board, I have been using the Mixstream Go. And the only reason why is because the speakers. The speakers are they suck for when you're out and about trying to perform with them and use them as monitors, but they're really good just chilling on a desk, you know, when you're just trying to work stuff. Plus, they have the paddles, so I'm a paddle guy. So they're good. They're good. When you discuss the Rev 7 firmware, is it going to be different from your video this morning? I don't know, Drello. I'm just going to discuss it if people have questions. I mean, I'm going to go through Rekordbox and see if there's any discernible differences, which I don't think there will be, but people need to know. Whatever happened to ADJ Lighting, says Casanova. What do you mean? They're still around. They're selling tons of products. I mean, they're doing just fine. Okay. Brooklyn says, I think that means I use the Rain 4 for birthday parties and weddings. What do you think about the motorized Rain 4? I think it's going to be just fine. I think it's going to do great. I think it's going to sell very, very well. And from a person that has touched it, the jogs are very reminiscent of the Rev 7. Maybe it's probably a hair higher in torque is the only thing I will say. It definitely pulls. Like when you pull it back, you feel that thing snap. Now, that's good and bad. Some people don't like high torque. Some people are okay with it. It just depends on your feel for it, but it's going to do just fine. Just fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, Philip, I agree 100%. But if I have one microphone or two microphones, I should be fine without them. Don't sell me a product, okay? Don't sell me a wireless product and then tell me you need to use these to actually reach its potential. That's false advertising. I don't care what you say. And a wireless microphone should be able to go anywhere. All right. Old school DJ Ernie, thank you so much. Okay. I'm talking setup space. I forgot what you said, Philip. Sorry. I see DJ Studio is adding stems, and it seems pretty impressive going from their latest YouTube sneak peek. I haven't used DJ Studio yet, so I don't have an opinion on it. I saw some pictures. I saw some things that it does. I will say this. It's not an application for me. It's going to take a whole bunch to get me to move away from all the tried and true things, whether it be Serato or Rekordbox or Algorithm DJ or Virtual DJ. I have all four of them, but it's going to take a lot to get me to move over to anything that's like that. In all honesty. Okay. It depends on if you use your computer for other things like video. I do. 2 terabytes in here. Your music drive shouldn't exceed a terabyte musically. And that's probably being super, super allowing. And then you can use the rest for video stuff. Plus, I have an external hard drive. I have a 4 terabyte, you guys know Weston, which one would I get? It's over there somewhere. It's a hard drive. Anyway, I have a 4 terabyte external SSD that I use for all my video work because video takes up a lot of space. So in my opinion, if you are doing like a lot of video, even the 2 terabytes is not big enough. I probably should have got a 4 terabyte one, in all honesty. But if you're doing a lot of video, you're going to get an external hard drive anyway. But musically, you don't need it for music. I mean, if your argument is I'm afraid I'm gonna run out of space, you shouldn't run out of space with your music at all. If you do, I have a feeling you have too much music in your hard drive. Javier, been out of the DJ scene for a bit. What happened with Pioneer DJ buying Serato? It's still on the boards. They are still negotiating and working on compromises and all those things, but it's still active. There hasn't been a definitive decision yet. Okay. Where do you buy Shure needles on your Pioneer turntables? I only have one, and I would like to buy another one for my techniques. I use the Jinkos, the Jinko 44s. So I mean, I still have my white labels somewhere around here, my Shure white labels. But but at the time, even the Shure white labels were going to be discontinued. So the Jinkos have been good for me. Jinkos, whatever you want to call it. There was a pair of pants called Jinko too, so it's always stuck in my head. DJ Unique, pros and cons of a QSC 12-inch line array versus a pair of 12.2s. Well, I think I already answered that one. You don't have an option to go full range on a line array. So if you run out of space and you have to only run highs, you're still going to require the bass. You don't have to with the point source. You can just put it on full range and call it a day. I've run my QSCs on full range plenty of times. Okay. All right, Ray Hammer time. I'm often playing for a max of 80 to 150, looking at the RCF Evox, the EV50s, etc., but I find varying opinions. I'd probably go with the Evox over the EV50s. I had them on a wedding. I was not impressed. Now, they didn't sound bad. I just, when you go through these community boards and, DJ ideas sharing and all these things, and you're looking at all the comments and everybody's swearing up and down. Oh my God, the EV50s, it's all I'll ever need. And it's great. I'm like, oh, well, they must be good. I hadn't heard them yet. They must be good. And then, I was booking this wedding in Montana and the guy's like, hey, I got some EV50s. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, I got a Rev 7. Perfect. I got a gig bar. That'll do. And then I got there and I turned up the music when the crowd was on the dance floor and I was unimpressed. Now, again, sonic bias, I likely have. I like my system to sound a certain way. And I did not get that from the Evox. RCF has a good low end. I will admit, they do have a good low end. I can't stand their highs. I think their highs are putrid. But I think a lot of highs. I think the problem is a lot of people are, they look at RCF as like the gold standard. And then, which, overall they are. But it's like the gold standard of what? Because like, if you're a tequila drinker and you look around and everybody's buying Casamigos, you're going to assume that is the best tequila. And then you start to do some research and start to dig in and taste other tequilas. And then you realize, oh, it's okay, but there are better ones out there. I feel like a lot of these designers now are all emulating the sound profile of the RCFs. And I think that's the wrong decision. In my opinion, most of these people should be emulating the sound profile of LD's systems, because whatever they're doing to tune their systems, they need to give that tuner a raise, because their speakers always sound good. Always. 44s, 28s, they just sound, the ICOA line, they just sound good. They're very, very musical. And then I hear things like the RCFs and I'm like, they sound fine, but I got to tweak the hell out of them to make them sound the way I want them to sound. So to each their own, everybody likes what they like. And I'm not one to argue with that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Gilster, I love my Flex 4, but anyone can recommend a good power bank to use it to make it more portable when using it with DJ Pro. Well, that's right, because it has a power out. You know, I'm curious. I'm just curious about something. We'll check that out. Let me see here. Hold on.
All right, guys, what's going on, everybody? It's your man, Cleveland Terry. I wanted to just do a quick video about this new unit. It's not out yet. It doesn't come out until July 31st. It hits market. I have pre-order it pretty soon, though. All right, so this is Tim. This is the man, runs this thing. They came out with an amazing product. I haven't tested it yet, but based upon what I'm seeing, this is one of those to beat. It's a game changer. Moving platters. It's $700.
What's up, everybody? How are we doing today?
This is gonna sell like hotcakes. So I'm gonna do a review, but tell me just real quickly, like, what made you guys decide to do something like this?
The history of DJing is vinyl, right?
Yeah.
And motorized jog wheels is the best we can get right now,
Right.
in terms of replicating that with a digital controller.
Right.
So the Impulse T7 is our shot at the motorized DJ controller market, and the largest, most premium controller we've ever made.
Okay.
And we're pricing it just like we price everything else in the Hercules lineup.
Super aggressive.
Competitively. Let's call it competitively.
I call it aggressive, he calls it competitively, fine.
We're targeting both, obviously.
Okay, I can't find it right now, so I'm not there. Got 256 gigs on a MacBook Pro. I am sorry to hear that. That is. I had another DJ of mine that had 256. He could never update his OS. He had to like delete all his music off and then recopy it over because he would run out of space. And, okay, Carlos says, I'm literally unboxing my new Rev 7 Gold. Do I need to download expansion pack voucher? What does it come with? I don't even know what it comes with. Usually if there is an expansion pack, there's a card in the box. Is my guess. Flip the beats. Saw your video. I updated Rev 7 and Record DJ working fine. Good job. Great. They're all Jinko to me, Philip. Okay. Yeah, Rev 7 record box was definitely unexpected. I think it's the first time that they've done that. I think it's a win. It's a win-win. They literally just extended the life of this Rev 7. If people were like, well, when are they coming out with the Rev 9? You know, whatever. I don't think they need to now because there's going to be a lot of record box people that are just going to be buying this one. So, hi Terry, Hans Haas. You think a Mixstream Pro Go is a good backup even if I'm a record box user with XZ? The Omnis is too expensive. It's backup purposes. Well, record box, if you know this, Engine is very good with record box. So you can take your record box thumb drive, put it right into any Engine OS device, and it will read your record box files and your crates and everything. So yeah, if you're not looking at like the Omnis Duo, it's definitely a very, very good backup. Very good backup. Rekordbox DJ stems still sound like crap. Let's hope the official release of Rekordbox 7 fixes that. We'll see. Yeah, they didn't update the stems, so it's not like they still sound like crap. They didn't do anything to them. So they sound exactly the way they did before. Okay. QSC, why I got rid of my KLA system, you need subs. See? Look, people, I don't tell you stuff just to tell you stuff. I tell you stuff based upon real world experience with a lot of these products and just all the flaws and all the bad purchases I have made across the 16 years I've been in business. Like my whole thing now is I want things that are things that I can break up into smaller pieces if I need to. I want things that are extremely flexible because that's what I'm dealing with. You know, I don't have the ability to be rigid with my events. You know, I mean, it always makes me laugh when I do read about all these DJs with their, I would only do this, and if you don't do this, and it's on my contract and this, and I'm like, bro, they just spent $500,000 on this event. Do you think they care what your $2,000 to $3,000 invoice is doing? Do you think that invoice has any bearing on what the party is or isn't? Yes, you're the DJ, and we know we're very, very important to the success of the party. But the demands are dumb. They're dumb. I only have one demand. First, make sure that I have space for my equipment, relative space for my equipment, and don't screw up the schedule. Let me work on the schedule with you. That's it. Those are really the two things that can really hurt us as DJs: a bad schedule and a bad floor plan layout. But you can offer your suggestions, but it doesn't mean they're going to take them. I mean, it's all relative. I mean, think about it. We could keep talking until we're blue in the face. All right. All right. Let me drop down here. Well, Bass Boss is a whole nother animal. Gilster, do you use your gig bar ILS on sound mode, or do you use it with sound switch? I use it on sound mode because there's no real point. Okay. First off, I have sound switch and I have the WMX1. They're both good. The new update to sound switch has given a lot of great features. But the one thing that stops me from truly utilizing sound switch is because I like to do things on the fly. When they can finally update their system that allows for more on the fly things, especially if I have a Control 1, which I do, it's sitting right over there. If I have a Control 1, I should be able to do more on the fly stuff. But the Control 1 is limited because of the fact that they want you to do everything beforehand. I appreciate the beforehand, but I also want to be able to just make changes. So to answer your question, I've been doing ILS in their program mode because why? Because their program mode is very, very good. It does everything it needs to. The remote can change the colors to white or whatever. You can freeze it on the remote. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like, and also I don't know what it is, but in sound switch, it seems like at least the old one on the old ILS, because I haven't checked with the new one, every light was the same color. I don't know if that was on purpose, but I like the fact that with ILS, especially if you're rocking with like some 160s or the 60s or whatnot, they're all doing different things. I mean, they're in unison, but they're doing different things. And I would want that. And I think, I don't know, their programming is just very, very good on ILS. It's very good. Okay. What time is it? 3:22. Hold on. Let me see what time. I have to be off of here by 4. Okay. All right. Okay. No Engine 3.4 video, but if it were Pioneer, there would be 20 videos already. We got to stop this, guys. The reason why there's no Engine video is because it didn't do much. That's why. It gave you Bluetooth. I don't need to do a long ass video to show you how Bluetooth works. Okay? But something that has record box that never had record box, kind of a big deal. So that's why I pick and choose which videos. I pick and choose which videos are going to actually, get views. That's also key. 3.4 is something I could have put on Instagram and it would have been just fine there. But it's just, look, if you recall, when the stems came out, I had a video for Engine Although people always forget this. I had a video, I probably had like 4 videos in the row for Engine. You know, was talking about all the cool things that's coming. When the cool thing came, I had another video for that. But I'm not going to do a video that gives you Bluetooth. That's a waste of time. And by the way, these videos take time. You know, it's shooting the video, it's editing the video, it's posting and waiting for the video to finally populate, to go through its stupid YouTube checks, and then finally it's good, and then I can release it. That's a long time. It's got to be worth my while. Remember, I don't just do YouTube. I have a full-on DJ multi-op that's now doing AV and LED walls. I don't have the time to be messing around. So unless it's of value, and by the way, I did do a Rain Performer video. Remember, I don't have a problem. You people need to stop assuming that I'm out to hurt in music. I'm not. Silly. Silly. Okay. The life of your Ooh, I did not want to block user. Oh, I can block user from here. Oh, that's nice. The life of your computer, in my opinion, is better keeping them clean. And if your computer crashes, you still have music on HD. Hey, DJ Barry, let's agree to disagree. Computers crash. I have an entire hard drive on a computer, on my hard drive. So there's that. I don't do it. So you're not going to convince me. Now, if you want to convince everybody else in the chat, have at it. Computers crash, and so do hard drives. Don't forget, hard drives have just as many failure rates as your computer crashing. So I don't necessarily believe that one is better than the other as far as longevity. Keeping it clean, it doesn't really. I mean, as long as you're not downloading, viruses and bugs, you're pretty much fine. These new hard drives, the way they work, the way they parse data, you don't have to worry about that with SSDs. Okay. Jerusalem in the building. What's going on? The ICOAs punch way above their weight. Agreed. Gotcha. Hey, we just need to talk, man. We just need to talk. And we'll go from there. Okay. Have you used a Hercules Premium? Will out? I think he's trying to say out gigging. So what do you think? Gilster, I think you need to follow me more. I think you're not following me on the other streams. If you follow me on IG, I spent an entire month with the Hercules Premium. Entire month. And then I did a review on it. It's on there. Check it out. I like the Hercules. I like the T7 a lot. I like it better with the upgraded premium fader. But I like it a lot. So Gilster, you're missing out on stuff. If you go to my playlist in here, there's a little playlist and it says CT's gear reviews. It's all in there. All gear reviews in there. Take a look. DJ Unique. Thank you, man. Appreciate the super chat. Honestly, it means a lot and it does help. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. I get that. It's funny though. There was a time when nested folders, even in record box, were a problem. So there's that. But yes, I agree. All right. Looks like 12-inch skins is doing some retail here. I'll let DJ Reach and 12-inch talk about that. All right. Is it possible to MIDI map the record box DJ stems effects? Are there effects in record box DJ stems? I think they only have solo and mute. I don't think there's any dedicated effects. That's limited to Serato. Okay. I have a DDJ. Is it possible to MIDI map the stems effect section? It's already there, Anthony. Okay. Let's move over to this guy. Give me a second to get it all set up here. I don't have anything that's pause. I am really excited about moving forward with our party. Yeah, I'm excited too. It should be a really good party. Just got a couple more questions before I sign the contract. So if you don't mind, let me just get out my questions here. One, what kind of lighting do you use? Specifically, do you use Chauvet? Yeah, I have a whole bunch of Chauvet. Bad news, peeps. Bad news. I misinterpreted a Zoom meeting that I have at 3:30. For whatever reason, I thought it was 4:30, but it's actually 3:30. So I have to end this show. So what I'm going to do, I kind of want to come back. I kind of really want to go through this. I did not realize that was happening. Yeah, so I actually have to go. What's going on with my Twitch channel? Nothing. It's doing just fine. It's just sitting there. I just haven't been on. Okay. Yeah, Drew Slam. Thank you so much, fam. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that, guys. You guys are killing it today. Honestly. Where's the best place to get stems? What are you guys talking about? All right. I actually do have to go. If you still log in. I do sometimes. Yeah, so I'll figure out. I might have another one tomorrow, maybe even today. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I got to go. We'll figure out what we're going to do. I guess I'll see how the wife feels. You know how it works. Anyway, but tomorrow I know I'm free or freer, so we'll probably do that. Anyway, guys, girls, thanks for hanging out today. Sorry I have to leave a little earlier, but I appreciate your time. Look, see, everybody wanted just tech day. That's all we did. We just talked about tech the whole time. You should be happy. When I tell you I will have a comment later on, like, I don't know, man, you just kind of went through stuff. You can't win. So I'm out. Thank you so much. I'm literally going to hang this up and go right into my Zoom call right from here. So we'll talk soon. Have a great day. Peace out.